Welcome back to the Magic J and A Train podcast. Today we are talking about the postseason for college
Football.
college and the NFL. Just
Just
because
football.
both,
Honestly, just football.
just football, just postseason football playoffs. Um, and as we talk about these games, I do have currently, as we're recording this, the Bills are playing the Jaguars.
Play-by-plays up.
So I got the play-by-play on the side here. And if anything interesting happens that I notice, I'll bring it up, and I guess Mr. Aiden here will do the same.
It's the Bills, though. So.
It's the Bills versus the Jaguars. So it'll just be it's refs versus the refs.
Yeah, who could draw the most penalties?
Yeah, it's just like it's just like
The Bills have already drawn 3, I think.
of course. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, the Bills are penalty central this year, honestly. Jaguars, I'm pulling for the Jags. I didn't even know that the Jags were going to be in the playoffs, to be completely honest, because I didn't hear anything about them this year. I didn't. I mean, like,
we're not going to talk about the amount of penalties I have just witnessed.
Yeah, but like I mean, whenever I saw the bracket, like whenever the bracket officially came out, I saw that the Jaguars made it to the playoffs, and I was like, what?
Yeah, see, I knew the Jags were on a hot streak, but I wasn't expecting them to actually make the playoffs.
Yeah, I just like, it's not that they're a bad team. Like, I never thought that they were a bad team this year. I just never heard anything about them, so I just thought they were having a mid-year. So I didn't think they'd be like super relevant.
Apparently, they are.
Apparently, I mean, I guess so. But yeah, I mean, we got some really good games in both of these playoffs, though. First, we got to talk about college, though, because
Round one.
that's basically over. There's one game left at this point. We really
National
lacked
championship.
on we really lacked on getting this episode done, but so we're gonna have to cram 2 episodes into one. But that's fine.
Yeah.
It just gives us more to talk about, and
Yeah, oh yeah.
yeah,
We're just gonna be ADHD filled,
yeah.
and we're just gonna not.
Let my sporty autism out and let it control me.
So we're not gonna get in depth with
Most
a lot of
these
games, but
yeah.
we'll get in depth with the important ones. But
Yeah.
like, for example, the first game we're gonna like sort of talk about is Oregon versus James Madison.
Yeah.
We're not really gonna get too in depth.
And I'm just
We
gonna
knew
say,
James Madison wasn't gonna win this.
yeah, I mean that was kind of a given. Here's the thing. The reason, and I am sorry to any Oregon fans out there, but I'm Oregon's number one hater. I have been calling them a fraud since the beginning of last year. And man, was I right. I mean, they let James Madison score
34 points.
34 points on them. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, what kind of top 5 team lets a pity team score 34 points on them? Like,
And don't get me wrong, James Madison, for them, it was a great year for them.
it was a really good year for James Madison, but
But when you compare James Madison to what Oregon can do, and you allow 34 on them,
yeah, it's just like I mean,
dang.
I mean, people were like worshiping them last season because I think it was what's his name, Dylan Gabriel, their old quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, people were worshiping them because of that guy, and I mean now, I mean they don't have him, but they still think that they kept up in the off season. But I mean they looked promising early on, but I mean I think James Madison scoring 34 points on them was just like that was a bit of foreshadowing for their future.
Yeah.
But then
Texas Tech got a bye.
Texas Tech got a bye. That's whatever. Alabama
Alabama
versus Oklahoma.
That was actually not a bad game to watch. I
That was a
enjoyed watching it.
crazy game. I was sure Alabama had lost at halftime
Yeah.
because I don't
And
I
then
don't
there's
remember exactly what the score was. I can look at it right here. In halftime, it was or no, it wasn't halftime. Yeah, it was because no, it was after the first quarter. After the first quarter, it was 10-0, which like that's not good for a playoff game. That's not.
especially for the first quarter.
Yeah, it's like it's and I was like, gosh, dude, is Alabama are they giving up? And I'm pretty sure um
Then they tied it up.
well I what
Second
happened
quarter they tied it up.
well yeah, but that was by the end cuz I'm pretty sure now don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure Oklahoma I'm pretty sure they got their touchdown, their only touchdown in the second quarter. I'm pretty sure they got that at the beginning of the quarter before Alabama scored it all. So it was 17-0, and I was just like, all right, I don't even need to watch this anymore. But then I went back at halftime, and Alabama was tied with it. And I was like, what? I was like, what happened?
Look, man, I'm not an Alabama fan. I don't like Alabama, but they're good. They're never out of a game.
I mean, whenever you have people like Hill as your running back, Simpson as your quarterback, you have Ryan Williams, who he can't catch a basic pass, but goodness gracious, he can catch some gems down the field. You got all
Jags got a
these.
touchdown.
Yeah. You just you have all these incredible players, but it's just like it's one of those things. Alabama, it seems to me that Alabama folds under pressure.
Oh
They
yeah.
they're a really good team until they start to trail and the crowd goes wild. They start to get nervous and they start to like really not know what
See,
they're doing.
I feel like the only reason the Oklahoma game happened the way it happened was due to the fact that it wasn't even second half yet. They had plenty of time
Yeah.
to catch up, and they did. So then the pressure was kind of just gone.
Yeah, but I mean in the end Alabama had kind of a comeback. I mean, it wasn't that much of a trail, but I mean, like losing 17-0, and then at the end of the
17 to
game going,
17.
and then like at the end of the game winning 34-24. I mean, that's a comeback in my opinion. But I have a lot of Alabama. I have a lot of Alabama
Yeah.
family. I don't personally like Alabama, but I know I have some respect for them just because I know a lot about them. I really like Ty Simpson. I really like Ty Simpson.
Simpson's a great quarterback. I personally think out of a lot of like the Heisman running people, he has one of the brightest futures.
Yeah,
Easily.
I think if he does enter the early draft like a lot of people think he will, I I think he'll really I think he'll go pretty early. I think he might go first round, honestly. He could.
I'm worried about the team he'd go on.
I think what he might do, I think there's a high chance that he'll go to the Saints.
Probably the Saints already have because the quarterback I don't remember his name off the top of my head, but the quarterback they currently have is kind of running with them fairly well. Their biggest issue is the weapons he's trying to throw to, because the only weapons the Saints have is Olave.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Their running back sucks. Their wide receiver 2 and 3 suck.
Here's the thing, though. Whenever it comes to the NFL, a rookie quarterback does not need to be starting. Now, don't get me wrong. There are people like Jackson Dart.
Jackson, I don't know what the hell they fed that kid, but dude, what did they put in his applesauce, bro?
I mean, I mean, don't get me wrong. Jackson Dart is incredible,
Oh
but
no, he's great.
he's just
I want to know what they fed him.
he's
Because to be playing the way he's playing at a rookie, especially with the Giants.
yeah. I mean, he just my thing is just he he's really good, but as a starter on his first year, that can be really taxing for like a long-term career. You don't need to be starting on your rookie year. That's not like a great
Should
start.
have kept. I hate to say this. I would have kept Russell Wilson in.
I would have kept Russell Wilson in, let Russell start and kind of mentor Jackson Dart, let him show him kind of how the NFL is a little bit different than college football, give him pointers and stuff because Russell Wilson is Jackson Dart's mentor whether he starts or not, you know? Like
Yeah,
because Russell Wilson is a really experienced quarterback. He's good.
he's won a Super Bowl.
He's won a Super. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Russell Wilson. I've always been a fan of Russell Wilson personally, so I might have a bit of a bias towards him, but at the same time,
But see, here's the thing:
he
his
could be a
bias
good
makes sense for his skill. He's like we literally just said. He won a Super Bowl. Winning a Super Bowl is not. You, oh, so many players don't win a Super Bowl while they play.
yeah. I mean, like,
So many.
I mean, I'm just saying
Look
here
at
though.
Philip.
Yeah.
Look at Philip Rivers.
Yeah. I mean,
Great quarterback, but he hasn't. We didn't win.
yeah. How about him coming off the couch though?
Dude, hold on. Take a break from college football real quick. The Colts could have picked up any quarterback that was in the free agents, but nah, they decided to go so far out of their way. Call 44 Grandpa Philip Rivers
Yeah.
and ask him, hey, would you like to play for the Indianapolis Colts?
Yeah.
And bro, I guarantee you, the talk with his wife was like, "Are you sure you have a doctor's appointment on that day?" He-
He's like,
your nephew's birthday's coming.
let's make this game quick. I got a physical at 9 o'clock.
Like, he's a little grandpa.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's yeah, but like going back to like rookie starting, I think Ty Simpson should go to the Saints so he
No.
can so he can get a kind of a like he can get some mentoring from like the more experienced guys there. They kind of like show
A
him
lot of the Saints are rookies, though. A lot
how
of
it
them are
is.
rookies. The only non-rookie guy that is like noticeable is Chris Olave. He's been in the league for years now, but there's quarterbacks is really
I mean, yeah, but
there's-
at the same time, you got to think about how they have more experience than he does. He doesn't need to be starting his rookie year. He needs to be sitting
true.
behind somebody else that actually has a little bit of experience in the NFL, so he can watch them and be like, okay, the NFL is a little bit different from college football. I can't play
I
the
would
same
at
way.
least
I can't take so long to snap. I can't hold on to the ball as much. I have to make
oh
sure
god,
whenever
dude, if you hold on to for too long and Herbert knows this, you're gonna get sacked.
Herbert knows that better than anybody else in the NFL right now. Um, but like he needs to understand because Ty Simpson's his things are he takes too long to snap. Um, he's been getting better at this one, but he refuses to throw the ball away. And whenever he does throw the ball away, it's real risky because he doesn't throw it in the right direction. If you throw the ball away, you need to throw it towards a player out of bounds. You don't need to throw it down the middle of the field because that could cause an interception. That kind of thing. But like,
By the way, Justin Herbert's been sacked over 90 times this season.
yeah, he's got a lot of experience in that field. but the thing is, my thing is, Ty Simpson needs to be shown that the NFL is different. He can't play the same way. He can still keep his play style, but he needs to change a few things, like certain aspects of his play style. Um, but I think,
He has to speed everything up a little bit.
yeah,
He
absolutely,
because
absolutely,
granted college like the oh my gosh, Alabama has a great O line. He's able to stay in there for a while, but like now with the way the line is set up in college football compared to the NFL, so much faster in the NFL.
yeah. And I mean, like, I just one thing with him is that he also needs to remember when he's on the field, he's a dual threat quarterback. If he needs to run, if he needs to scramble, he can do it. He is completely capable. But he just, like, sometimes instead of running down the field when there's an opening, whenever nobody else is open, everybody's being guarded, instead of doing that, he tries to wait for somebody to get open. But as a dual threat quarterback, you don't need to do that. You don't need that kind of
He relies too
position.
much in the pocket.
He
He
does. He
kind
really
of
does. Yeah.
like don't get me wrong. He pocket passing. He's easily one of the best college football quarterbacks to do so.
Yeah. But
But if that's all you can do, getting out of that pocket's gonna feel so uncomfortable. Because once you're out of that pocket, he's gonna struggle where to go. He wouldn't know who to rely on to block him. It's
yeah.
if he can just learn how to be somewhat of a dual threat quarterback,
Yeah. I mean,
he'll play so much better.
he has the tools for it. He just doesn't use them. But I think,
Because in college football, he doesn't need to.
yeah. But I think if he goes to the Saints, he could be a huge aspect of their rebuild, getting back to being
Agreed.
a contender, you know? Because I
Yeah.
I used to be a Saints fan long ago in my distant past. Whenever I was little and I was like, "Ooh, I like their uniforms," and then I actually like watched their team and I was like, "Yo." But then
Their ass.
but then later on I saw Gronkowski and I was like, "Okay, I'm a Patriots fan now."
Because
I was like,
Gronkowski came before Tom Brady, right?
no, Tom Brady was on the Patriots before Gronkowski, but by the time Gronkowski joined, that's whenever I started gaining consciousness as a child.
Good.
Because I mean, most of Tom Brady's years before Gronk joined, um,
He
I
was a
was
backup.
I was really I was really young. Like, I mean, his years without Gronkowski, most of those were in the 2000s.
Yeah.
Um, and I was born in 2006, so I didn't really understand what was going on until about 2010. Um,
Yeah. So Indiana also got a bye. So Indiana's had a dominant season. We'll get into that.
yeah.
Tulane versus Ole Miss.
Tulane versus Ole Miss. I was I was really iffy about this one because on one hand, I don't like Ole Miss, so I wanted Tulane to win. Also because I really like Retzlaff, so I would have liked to
But
see him upset. But at the
but Tulane's
same
such a
time,
lower end of FBS. It's
it is, but that's not my point. My point is one thing, I did not want there to be a chance for the championship to be Alabama versus Georgia. So I really needed somebody that could beat Georgia to to play them. So I needed Ole Miss to win just for that game, for those two
and they
games.
beat Tulane 41-10. So
Yeah, they beat Tulane 41-10. I wish Tulane put up more of a fight there, but Retzlaff didn't really have the best to work with. He had some good ones, but not beating Ole Miss good. Um,
Georgia got a bye.
Georgia got to buy Miami versus Texas
Versus
A&M.
Texas.
What
That
a
was
game!
such Dude, defense. That was defense, dude. That was just
Defense
that was
versus defense. Absolutely.
and this is where I was proved wrong about Texas being a fraud. Texas A&M really did prove that, hey, we could also fight. Miami, on the other hand, says, hey, we're just better than you.
Let me just say this. At the kind of halfway through the season, I thought Texas was a fraud. Like Texas proper.
Yeah, Texas.
Like just by itself. I thought they were a fraud. But then they beat Texas A&M, and I realized that Texas A&M was the fraud. And I was like, wow, okay. And then they lost to Miami, and I was like, goodness gracious, like people people early on, like before the postseason started, people were saying that Texas A&M was like one of the big contenders to be in the championship, the national championship, and I was like, I kind of believed it. I mean, with the season they were having, I mean, they slaughtered LSU, and I mean, LSU didn't have a head coach at that point, and even if they did, it would have been Brian Kelly. But like, look at that score. LSU still beat teams like South Carolina, which they're not the best, but you know they're still good enough. I mean, they're in a Power Four conference, so you know they have to be at least kind of good.
Ohio State got a bye too, so that
Ohio
was
State got a bye, but yeah, Miami beating Texas A&M, that was huge.
that was big for Miami since they haven't been able to do much for a few years now.
Yeah, uh, people, man, I'll tell you what though, people doubted Carson Beck.
Oh, so many people doubted
People
I'm not
doubted
gonna lie, it
Carson
got
Beck.
annoying to hear like Carson Beck getting hated on. I'm like, what? Why? Is there? And apparently, people just wanted to hate on him because he's young.
I mean, people hated on him because whenever he was at Georgia, he didn't do anything. He didn't bring them to any national championships or whatever. So people were blaming it on him. And then he went to Miami, and then everybody at Miami started hating him because they thought the same thing. I heard somewhere that they call him the guy that gets uglier every time he throws an interception, which is super brutal. but um, uh, but I mean, like, whenever you look at what he's done, he was not the problem at Georgia. I mean, him with paired up with Kirby Smart as his head coach. I mean, that was a great pairing. It was just like the team around him wasn't really working well with him. They didn't work well together. But then he went to Miami, and I mean, he brought Miami to the playoffs. But now we get to kind of a devastating game for me personally.
And that will be
Oregon versus Texas Tech.
Texas Tech. So me and
Oh
me and
man.
me and Jordan here were talking about who we wanted to win. This is before we talked before the playoffs happened. I told him I wanted Texas Tech to win it all.
Yeah. I wanted Texas Tech to win. I thought Texas Tech was one of the lead contenders for the national championship, and I was really banking on them crushing Georgia or Oregon. Um and it was just, God, dude, I was so excited for the game. I was like, all right, Texas Tech is going to beat Oregon. They're going to go on, probably face Indiana in the semifinals. That's going to happen. I don't really need to worry about that game. It's the rest of the games that I'm not 100% sure about.
Oregon defeated Texas Tech 23-0.
23-0, man. It's like, gosh, dude. I mean, I feel bad for college football fans that live in the state of Texas this year. I mean,
all their teams just did nothing.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, no offense, like, because the Longhorns couldn't even get in the top 10 to the
yeah.
playoffs.
Houston didn't go to the
And
playoffs. Texas didn't go to the playoffs.
and Texas A&M was eliminated first round.
Texas A&M was eliminated first round.
And
Texas Tech was eliminated second round. I mean,
but Texas Tech didn't even get to play a game in the playoffs and then they just get eliminated the what they do.
I'm saying, dude, I will say, one pattern you're gonna see for most of this is something that me and my family call the curse of the first round bye. It is a very common occurrence that teams that get a first round bye week lose their game.
Unless you're a team called Indiana.
Yes, because in this next game, Indiana, this was crazy to me. This was crazy to me.
Their opponent was Alabama.
Alabama.
And they they molested. I'm going to say what he said about NC State. They molested Alabama 38-3.
Absolute whooping. The way my dad whooped me as a kid. That's what happened. That is what happened to Alabama by Indiana.
They felt that leather across their booty, bro.
Yeah, bro. Indiana took their belts off, started whooping, bro. Still act like they
bro, I wasn't expecting this to happen.
I wasn't either.
At all.
I 100% expected it to be a close game no matter who won.
But no. Indiana's like, nah.
We're
not giving them.
Indiana's like, we ain't giving y'all a chance. This is our only year to prove that we are worth it. And they delivered. They delivered the butt whooping of a century. Like, beating number 9 Alabama with...
Beating Alabama?
Like, beating Alabama historically is a really hard thing to do in the playoffs. Just like...
But not only did they beat Alabama, they blew out Alabama.
They completely blew them out. It's like, this is the kind of score you see from like a top 5 team facing like a G5 team. Like it's crazy. It's 38-3. 38-3. Number 1 Indiana versus number 9 Alabama. That is insane. That kind of, I didn't get to watch much of it. I watched the first quarter and a little bit of the second quarter. And Indiana was, it was basically the same score as the Oklahoma game, because it was 17-0 for most of the first half. Well, actually, for the entire first quarter, it was 0-0. But
yeah.
But like in the second quarter, 17-0. That's how it was with the Oklahoma game. So I was like, you know what? Alabama can come back. They did it last round. They can do it this round. But then I left. I had to go do stuff.
Came back.
Looked at the score, and I was like, what happened? And it was a lot of stuff. Ty Simpson fumbled the ball on a scramble. It's just there was a lot of factors that like Mendoza, he's the Heisman for a reason, and he really showed that he deserves that Heisman in this game. It was insane. I can't stop thinking about it. But like Alabama at 3 points.
Man. 1 field goal, and that's all they got.
That's insane. I've never seen that from Alabama in the playoffs.
Ole Miss versus Georgia.
Oh man, this one made me happy.
Yeah, I was about to say this one. I don't like Georgia. Because as a more recent college football fan, all I saw was Georgia and Alabama go at it. That is all I saw.
Here's the thing.
Because obviously, for people that have been watching since like 2010, it was Alabama and Clemson. Then it just switched to Alabama and Georgia.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Georgia, great team, very entertaining. The reason I don't like them is not because of their team. It's not because of their team. They have a great team. Kirby Smart, part of Nick Saban's 2015 incredible coaching lineup. Um, uh,
Yeah, they
but goodness gracious,
they were
it's just
smart
like,
putting them there.
but they're, man, and I feel kind of bad saying this, but goodness gracious, like their fans have just been.
Agreed.
I have had the worst experience with Georgia fans out of any football team,
Yeah,
college or NFL. It's just like they are so mean to everybody else except for my cousin. My cousin is a Georgia fan. He's actually pretty humble, but um,
trust me, as a Mizzou fan, we don't. We understand. We know that we're bad, so it's kind of.
but man, I mean, just like Georgia just has a huge ego, like their fan base does, not the team. The team is just doing their best, and I respect the team. I respect Kirby Smart. Um,
Yeah, like the team's fine. They're just good. They,
it's a good
but
team.
when all you hear is whoa, 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 you suck, whoa, 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 it
Oh,
gets annoying.
yeah, it's just one of those things. And I think I might have a little bit of a bias against them because I dated a Georgia fan once. Uh,
Oh, I feel.
that
Hold on. Well, that was a mistake.
that was a mistake. It was a big mistake. So
Oh,
she.
off topic. My dad said, "Let the dogs in." I'm taking the Browns to the Super Bowl.
Oh man, yeah, but
So I know that was so off topic, but I thought it was very funny
yeah.
that
Oh man, yeah, but I just.
uh, Bills touchdown. It's 10-7.
All right, all right. Yep, not much is happening this game, just like I thought. No, but like, I mean, like this girl and this girl that that I was dating, she would chase squirrels. She'd bark at them as an average Georgia fan would. Barking is a normal thing for Georgia fans. But
Yeah, if
she,
they ask you what one of their favorite hobbies is, they're gonna say barking at other college football fans.
and I'm just like, no. Whenever I heard her bark once, I was like, okay, that's weird, but she's a Georgia fan, so what should I expect, you know? But like, um,
Oh God, there's more.
but then, oh my gosh, dude, we were walking down the street, and she saw a squirrel, and she started chasing it and barking at it when it went up a tree, and I was like, okay, I
So
think I
Georgia,
think
so
I'm a little
Georgia
too.
fans are. he realized that Georgia fans are mental.
I was like, I knew Georgia fans were mental, but I was just hoping she wasn't as extreme. She's actually a little more extreme than most of them. It turns out, and goodness gracious. Um,
Okay, it's probably one of the biggest upsets in
no, no, no.
college football.
Hold on,
Hold on.
hold
We're
on,
not,
hold
we're not
on,
ready for it.
hold on. Ole Miss. I just want to say this. I I am an LSU fan. I know I shouldn't root for Ole Miss, but goodness gracious, it made me happy when they beat Georgia. I'm just saying, because because I
I,
needed
I
I needed Ole Miss to look good at least a little bit. Um,
it scared me though, because without Lane Kiffin, I got scared that they wouldn't be able to beat Georgia.
I didn't think that they would make it to the semifinals personally. Like making it to the semifinals, I didn't think it was possible without Lane Kiffin. But they kept all of their players, um, all of the coordinators. They stayed back. They didn't follow Lane Kiffin during the postseason. They are following him now. I believe Ole Miss's offensive coordinator is going to Baton Rouge. But uh, I'm just. I was watching the Ole Miss Georgia game in a Buffalo Wild Wings when it happened, so
Nice.
that was probably the best experience I've ever had with a football game. Outside of like being at the stadium, yeah. But like I just man, it was just such a close game. I mean, whenever you look at it, like
34 39 to 34.
it
Like,
was, and it was down to the wire, like buzzer beater type plays there. Um, it was insane. I mean, let's see at the in the fourth quarter. Let me think. Or
because it was 6-0, and then it was 12 to 21 in the first half. Like Georgia's best quarter was easily the second. Like they really tried to put up as many points as they could before the first half ended.
yeah, but then they just were really lackluster in the second half. They only scored 13 like total in the second half. Like first quarter they scored 0. Second quarter they scored 21, which is huge cuz
Third quarter they scored a field goal,
and I think
which
the thing that gave Ole Miss, sorry to cut you off. The thing that
Yeah.
gave Ole Miss the upper hand here, I think, is that they were consistently putting points on the board every quarter.
yeah, because I think the first quarter was only field goals, I believe, right?
Yeah, it was 2 field goals, I think.
And then
Either that
second
or
quarter,
they
I think
missed
was
it.
also. See, college football doesn't miss 1 point conversions a lot.
Uh,
One
they
points.
can. Yeah, but it
They miss
was
field goals. They don't miss 1 points.
yeah, okay. So it was 2 field goals.
Okay.
And then it was only touchdowns in the yeah, you see? Ole Miss got a touchdown in the second half, but
Oh,
they
so
missed
they didn't miss. Oh, they missed a 2 point. They tried to.
yeah.
They really tried a 2 point. All right.
They were
You know
trying
what?
to they were trying to
Go
catch
for it.
up. They were trying to catch up cuz I think what their plan was to get a touchdown, go for a 2 point conversion. So when they got another touchdown, they'd be 14. So like they could keep at
Even
uh,
out.
even at Georgia. Um, but then Georgia got 2 more touchdowns, putting it 21-12, and it was just an insane game overall.
And even how high the score was, the defense still did pretty decent.
And then goodness gracious, and then Ole Miss just like they just I don't know they saw Georgia get a field goal at the end of the third quarter and they were like, all right, it's wraps. We need to catch back up right now. So, so they were like, all right, it's time to bully them. We're gonna bully them, and they scored 20 points in the fourth quarter, which is crazy.
The fact that they had at the end of the game they got a safety.
I know that was the crazy part. There were so many Georgia fans in that Buffalo
There
Wild
was
Wings.
1 second left. One
Yeah,
second left, and they got a safety. How
yeah,
do you do that?
because they had a really good kick, so they kicked it off to Georgia, and then they got it at like the 1 yard line or something like that, really close to Georgia's own end zone, and then Georgia tried to snap off the ball, and their offensive line just couldn't keep him away, and they just they
Dude,
all flooded
I
in.
saw the O line fall apart so fast.
Oh, it did. Oh my gosh, dude. I
Dude,
mean, like,
they got. You could tell like they were really scared about losing that,
yeah,
and I think the pressure just ended up getting them.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, like they only had a few seconds to get a
Yeah.
touchdown from like the 1 yard line. Like,
So they would have had to gotten a 99-yard touchdown, dude.
yeah, I mean, I mean,
Good fucking luck.
or get a good pass, go out of bounds to have like a 1 second left, so you can like Hail Mary it down the field and have a better chance. But like even then, that's like that's like a 1 in a million opportunity. So, but yeah. Anyway, enough geeking about that game.
The biggest upset.
I watched this game too. I watched this game at my aunt's house.
Miami versus Ohio State.
Miami versus Ohio State. Man, this was a good
Miami
game.
with the upset. Miami with the upset.
A pretty big upset
Mind
too.
you, by 10 points.
10 points. That's a 10 point lead by Miami on number 2 Ohio State. And I'm telling you, now that we've established who's won and stuff, look at the pattern though. The only first round bye that won was Indiana. Georgia, Ohio State, and Texas Tech all lost, and they had first round byes. It's a pattern.
You know, I don't even want to say much about this game. Do you know why?
Huh.
I'm just happy, and I don't want to give Ohio State attention.
Yeah, honestly. Ohio State has probably the second most toxic fan base I've ever seen. Number 1 is actually Jacksonville State.
You just don't like Jacksonville State, dude.
No, their fan base is really mean. Like go to a game at Jacksonville Stadium. Go there, rooting for the opposite team, and then come back and tell me that they aren't really mean to you.
Oregon versus Indiana. I was happy. Indiana won. That's all that matters. That laugh means.
What a game this was! What a game this was! Oh man.
56-22.
Giving me chills over here, man. And Indiana didn't give them a chance. They didn't give them a chance. Oregon was like, all right, we got a touchdown. And Indiana was like, bet, we got 2. And then in the second quarter, they were second quarter, Indiana was like, Indiana was like, you know what? Add insult to injury. Let's put some salt in that wound. 21 more points. Boom. And then Oregon got 8 points, and then Indiana got 7. And they were like,
I'm curious. How did they get those 8 points?
They could have gotten a touchdown.
Yeah.
They could have gotten a touchdown and went for a 2-point.
They did. Yeah, they got it. It says 2-yard run into a 2-point. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they got 1 touchdown in the fourth. While
gosh, dude,
Indiana got 2.
Such a game, dude. Such a game that was. I mean, like, this is how you know Indiana is. And let me tell you. If they had any other quarterback. Sorry, my microphone's too close. If they had any other quarterback, they would not have crushed any of these teams the way they have.
Oh God, no!
Absolutely not. And I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, Oregon. All the power to you for making it to the semifinals. But you guys were not getting past Indiana. I mean, that was not going to happen.
No.
I mean, I didn't think that it was going to be that much of a blowout. Goodness gracious. That one surprised me a lot. Like 56-22. You don't see that in playoff games most of the time, you know?
No, unless you're Indiana and Alabama.
Unless you're Indiana and Alabama, but I'm just.
So, yeah. Other than that, this game was kind of meh. Just like, yes, Oregon lost, good.
Ohio State versus Miami. I watched this one live. What a great game it was.
We already talked about it.
Miami versus Ole Miss.
Miami. You said Ohio State.
Oh well, Ole Miss. You know what I mean. I'm stuck in the
This was
past.
a good game. This was a good game. This
I
was a very
watched.
close game.
Yeah, I watched this one live. Very good game. Loved this one. Um, Miami, gosh, dude, Miami. They, man, like that's all I can say. That's all I can say, man. First quarter, just Miami with a field goal. I mean, nothing happened. I mean, right? It's whatever, whatever. 3-0. That's whatever. Ole Miss got a touchdown second quarter. It's like okay, that was about expected. Um, and then Miami got a touchdown, and then Ole Miss got a field goal, tied up. Okay, we're starting to pick things up here. Everybody's starting to get points. Um, uh, very interesting. It's just such an interesting game. Um, Miami got another touchdown. Uh, and then Ole Miss kicked 2 field goals. So that was interesting. Um, but and that was I mean one of those field goals was in the third quarter. I mean, two of these quarters, the first quarter and the third quarter, the beginning of each half was very uneventful, extremely uneventful, like
Yeah,
super boring. But like then we got to the fourth quarter, and this is where the game started to go off. Nothing happened for the first half of the fourth quarter. Nothing. And then Ole Miss got a field goal, and then Miami got the ball, and they were like, "Bet touchdown time! It's time for a touchdown! A Miami touchdown, Carson Beck." Um, man, and then Ole Miss got a touchdown, and then with look at with 18 seconds left, um, Ole Miss in the lead. 18 seconds left. Carson Beck ran into the end zone, got a touchdown. That was just such an insane play. I mean, like it was crazy. I
that was
mean,
a long drive too. That was a fairly long drive.
it was. I mean, they had the ball for like basically 3 minutes. Um but yeah, it was the second longest drive of the quarter. Carson Beck ran it in for a touchdown. It was a really easy run too. Uh, I think yeah, it was on. It was. I think it was on fourth down. Uh, too. They
Yeah,
went. They
yeah.
went.
So
They went.
18 seconds left on fourth down.
Yeah, it was. Goodness gracious, dude. It was what a game, man. What a game. It was so insane. It was
And
just
this game,
it was
sorry, go
just
ahead.
yeah. It was just like gosh, you know. It was
Yeah,
Carson Beck. Here's the thing. Carson Beck deserves more credit because he got offensive player of the game this game, and for a good reason too. He was throwing incredible passes, and I'm pretty sure. Let me check before I say anything. Let me just check before I say anything. Uh, I need to make sure. Okay. I'm glad I made sure. Here's the thing. Miami or Carson Beck, he threw one interception the whole game. The whole game.
the entire game.
The entire game, one interception, which I mean, that might not seem that like out of the ordinary to normal people, but whenever you think about Carson Beck, you think about interceptions. And the fact that he only threw one interception to Ole Miss. Ole Miss has an incredible defense. They have
Oh,
a really
incredible!
good defense. Um, But so like he only threw one interception. There was one interception total, like in the entire game, and it was that one interception. And I'm pretty sure they didn't even do anything with it. If I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it was a crazy game. Indiana versus Miami in the national championship, and did I not call it? Aiden, tell them I called it.
Literally a week and a half ish ago, we were talking about the how upset we were about Texas Tech, but then he also mentioned that it that even if Texas Tech made it past Oregon, that he said he was gonna upset Indiana, was gonna upset Texas Tech and beat them, and then it was gonna be Miami. He said Miami's gonna make the upset and make it and have it be in Miami, Florida.
Yep. It was and later I made it a little bit more uh, strict once it got to the semifinals, like officially. I said the national championship is gonna be Miami versus Indiana, and Indiana will beat Miami by less than 14 points. Quote me on that. Quote me on that right now. So whenever it happens, y'all can come back to me and tell me to start betting on games, because that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do.
He did indeed say that. He's so confident in his answer, but something in my gut thinks is telling me that Miami's defense is just gonna. Indiana hasn't needed to really face a defense like Miami, because Miami has a better defense than Alabama. I'm sorry, they do.
That's true, yeah.
So
Unless they get a bunch of flags.
I swear, if I see a game, if this is what the national championship's gonna be like, I'm gonna hope Mizzou never gets in. I'm gonna hope Mizzou never wins
It's
because
going to be, whenever Indiana has the ball, or no, yeah, whenever Miami has the ball, it's going to be Miami's offense versus Indiana's defense. But when Indiana has the ball, it's going to be Miami's defense versus the refs. Because because that's what it was the past two games that Miami was in. They got so
but guess
many
what? Miami
flags.
still won.
And they still won. That's the crazy part. With all the flags that they got, they still won. Wow. Like, that's crazy to me. And I think, some people are probably betting on Miami to pull an upset because
I'm one of them. I'll admit I am one of them. I want Miami to win this one.
I I like Miami. I think they need to show people that they're not as bad as everybody thought they were this year. And I mean, the thing is, they've already proven that. They don't need to win the national championship to prove to people that they're good. Because they beat Ohio State, number 2 Ohio State, and Ole Miss. Two people who are very good. Two SEC teams. The SEC is one of the strongest conferences in college football. And I mean, there's no denying it. Honestly, they're one of the Power Four, and they have. I think they have the most teams in the playoffs this year out of every conference. They have. Let me see. Alabama, Oklahoma. That's 2. Ole Miss, Georgia. That's 4. Texas A&M. That's 5. 5 out of the 12 in the 12 in the playoffs. There are 3 from the Big Ten. There is one from the Big 12, one from the ACC, and then two from G5 conferences. The SEC has the most people in the playoffs. I don't care what Big Ten, what these Big Ten Glazers say. The SEC is still the dominating conference, regardless of how good Indiana is. That doesn't make their entire conference good. That just makes that team good. So
Some
yeah,
Big Ten teams are good, like Penn State. Like obviously this year, not Penn State's year, but Penn
absolutely
State
not.
is one of the better teams. Like
Yeah, and I
they
mean,
have some. They also have fucking. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking. Oh, I'm blanking.
who
I'm blanking right now.
on what? What are you trying to think of? A
Yeah,
Penn
yeah,
State person.
but there's Penn State. I'm trying to think of the other notable teams on there
Oh,
in the Big Ten.
in the Big Ten. I'd say the most notable teams would probably be definitely Ohio State, Oregon, Penn State. That's definitely big ones. Michigan is another one. Sometimes Washington. Washington has been good in recent years.
Yeah,
Um, Indiana this year and last year, they were pretty good. Um, Oregon, I guess, is usually up there. I don't think they should be, but
yeah.
but it's just my personal opinion. Um, but yeah, they got some good teams, but then you look at the Big 12. The Big 12 probably has the least amount of like elite teams. They probably have the most amount of good teams, but they have the
Yeah.
least amount of elite teams because their elite teams are Texas Tech, BYU, and Utah. That's the three. That's it.
And recently, Utah hasn't been able to pull up enough to pull enough weight to do enough
Yeah, I
and
mean
get in.
they're always
No,
ranked, but they never
no
make the
offense to
playoffs.
Utah. Utah's good, but like, yeah, they're always ranked. They are always ranked, but they never do enough to make it to the playoffs.
Yeah, it's kind of how
Because they
Tennessee
always
is. I mean, Tennessee is always ranked,
Tennessee's a
but
great team.
they
Tennessee's a
are.
great team. But here's the thing: they always also lose to the good teams. So
Yeah. I just with their whole quarterback situation going on, that whole legal stuff. Um, they might get Sam Levitt, possibly, but I just
true.
like I think that Tennessee gets too much hate. Like the team itself gets too much hate because they're a good
I don't
team.
like him because I don't like him because of the conference rivals. So
I suppose, but I don't give a
that's
crap. I
about
don't.
it.
I don't care about most of the people in the conference. I don't care about Kentucky. I don't care about Auburn. I don't care about South Carolina. A lot of those. But I'll tell you what team I do care about. I care about Arkansas because
Do you though?
yes, they're one of our
Why?
biggest rivals.
Everyone's a big rival to Arkansas.
No, they are one of our biggest rivals.
Same to Missouri.
Okay.
Granted, Kansas is a bigger rival. See, that's my issue with rivalry week. I don't know why we didn't keep the Kansas game for that.
Because it's out of conference, and they were like, you can't play an out of conference team every year. And it's like, bro, shut up, stop
Because
talking.
they literally call it the border game,
Yeah, but I don't know.
borderline rivalry. They have a name for the rivalry, like hell.
Yeah, no, but my thing is just uh, I just think that rivalries shouldn't be restricted to just conference. I mean, heck, look at
Kansas and Missouri. I hate like they're
yeah.
not
I mean,
huge,
they used to be
but
huge. I mean, they used to be, but then Missouri went to the SEC, and they just like they stopped playing each other
oh,
as
because
much.
they were both in the AC. Well, Kansas is still in the ACC.
You mean the Big 12?
Mizzou used to be in the ACC, and that man, I remember my uncle used to tell me like, dude, that was the biggest game of the year. Conference rivals, along with what they
Yeah.
they have a name for the rival, but now it's kind of just
Well, it's just one of those things that's like I don't know. All the like the officiating stuff is just like it ruins it because they're like "No, if they're not in the same conference, they don't need to be playing every year because it's just not how it works. It's unorganized. And it's like, bro, they're rivals. Even if one of them leaves the conference and goes to a different one, they are still rivals. And I think it's stupid how now that they're bringing back divisions in conferences, um,
when are they doing that next year?
I don't know. I don't know if they're doing that next year or the year after, but they're doing it either next year or the year after. They're bringing it back, and we're not going to be playing some of our rivals anymore. LSU is not going to be playing Alabama or Florida every year now
Why? Let's see.
because they're on the other side. They're on the other division. Even though those are two of our biggest rivals. Those are like top five biggest rivals. Um, so we won't be playing those two anymore. I mean, thankfully we get to keep Ole Miss and Arkansas because those are our biggest. Those are two biggest. Um, but you know, it's just I think it's a stupid. I think it's stupid how just because we're in a different division than them that we can't play them every year anymore. Now, okay, I'm fine with not playing Alabama every year anymore. That's one guaranteed loss out of our season. Because we haven't beaten Alabama in years. I mean, I think we've beat Alabama.
We've also haven't beaten Alabama in years.
We
Fuck, have we ever beaten Alabama?
we beat because we play Alabama every year. Um,
Same.
we beat Alabama 4 times since the year 2000. 4 times. Um, and that's just one of those things that I need to be out of my schedule so I can be happy, you know, because now without Alabama in our schedule every year, some years we can be a contender, you know. I mean now with Lane Kiffin on our team, it's one of those things, but anyway, um, now that we
NFL.
now
I
that
think
we
it's
have
NFL
gone.
time.
Yeah, it is NFL time. Now that we have gone through college bracket, we have one more game that hasn't happened yet. That's January
That's
19th, National Championship at the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida.
it's basically home turf for Miami. So
Yeah, I mean Miami's got a leg up on Indiana for that one, but now no more of that. Uh, now we go to the NFL playoff bracket. Now, since most of these games haven't happened, we can give, uh, we can,
some in depth.
yeah, we can, well, that, and we can go over the games that haven't happened, maybe give predictions, what we're going to do.
So I want to start with the game that happened first out of all the games, which is the Rams versus the Panthers.
Yeah, I mean,
It was
it
close.
was,
I
it was a
was
close game.
really hoping the Panthers win. I was hoping, dude. As they
I,
say, someone who lives who was in St. Louis when the Rams were in St. Louis and left us, I'm not a Rams fan.
I just about expected the Rams to win just because like the Panthers, they only made the playoffs because they were in a really they're in a
Crappy.
yeah, they're in a really crappy division. They're not, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Bryce Young. The Panthers are a cool underdog story in this playoff, but they weren't beating the Rams. I mean, the Rams' offense is elite. Um, I don't think Matthew Stafford is MVP. I think he's good, but I think his offense, just like Jalen Hurts, his offense
Is
really carries him. You know, look at all the players that they have.
Puka Nakua.
Puka Nakua. I mean, you don't even need to say anymore. Puka Nakua. I mean, like, just him.
I
He could carry
him
the
a,
team.
I know I knew Puka was good, but like when he started to play, like holy dude.
I know, and it's just like whenever you have people like Puka Nakua getting the ball 90% of the time, it's like of course you're gonna look like a good quarterback because that guy never drops the ball. He doesn't drop the ball. I don't think Matthew Stafford is MVP. I think he's good. I think he's top 10. He is not number 1, in my opinion. Um, and that's that. I mean, maybe that's just me. I might be a little biased because Drake May is his rival in the MVP race, uh, but I'm just saying Drake May shows a lot more promise because he has less offensive power to work with, but his stats are also
Isn't his biggest offensive weapon Stephon Diggs?
yeah, it's Diggs, and
His Diggs is
sure,
good. Diggs is good, but
Diggs is really good. He's an experienced wide receiver, but one guy is not going to make
unless you
like
Puka Nakua.
unless you're Puka Nakua, one guy is not going to make you look like an MVP. And even then, Matthew Stafford does not have just Puka Nakua. That's just his main one. That's just
They
his
have
big one, you know.
because the running backs also.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, the Rams have a great running back.
they have a great running back. You know who's surprisingly really good?
Who?
Henderson on the Patriots. He's a rookie. I I didn't expect it from him. I mean, I expected him to be good. I didn't expect him to be that good. He's like he's
How many
almost
people did?
he's almost as good as Scadaboo, honestly. He doesn't have the same play style, but he's almost on that
Well, no
level
one
of
has the
rookie.
same play style as Scotty because they don't want CTE.
Yeah, no. I mean, nobody's played like him since Gronkowski, so um
He's just a smaller version.
yeah, he's just short Gronkowski. That's what he is. Insane guy's gonna man, he's gonna have so much memory loss whenever he's like in his 30s or 40s.
I did that.
Um, but yeah, it's
Played
just
football. I played football.
he's like, whoa, I played football. Was I good? And we're like, I mean, yeah, you were really good. You're terrifying. And he's like, cool. Scat's such a cool guy. I mean, like, he's just such an entertaining guy. I found out he started Twitch streaming after he got injured, and I'm like, dude,
Yeah,
I gotta follow this guy. But like, no, but going back to the Rams, I expected them to win with their crazy offense, their pretty good defense. You know, they got a good running game, they got a really good passing game. Uh, the Panthers, they have some really good players. Their coach is pretty decent, but they're just like, they're not that good. You know, they're not beating the Rams good. Um,
it was close though. It was a close game.
it was the Panthers were
34
winning
to
for
31.
one drive. The Panthers were winning for one drive. I mean, it's it's not much, but
It's just the Panthers just can't keep up. Like they can go back and forth all they want, but The Panthers could not keep up.
Yeah, I mean the Panthers. I mean they were keeping it close the whole game, which is actually kind of surprising to me. Um, but yeah. Anyway, great game.
The
Puka
next
Nakua
game
carried.
that happened, the next game that happened that
Oh my
yeah.
gosh, dude! I kind of don't even
The
want to talk about
Green
this one.
Bay Packers versus the Chicago Bears. Do you want me to take over for this one?
Gosh, I just want to say one thing. The Packers should be ashamed of themselves. They should be ashamed of themselves, especially their kicker, dude. Their kicker blew it, and I'm sorry to pin the blame on one player, but goodness gracious, it was his fault. They would have won by like 1 point if it weren't for their kicker. Because their kicker missed a field goal, and he missed an extra point. If that didn't happen, they would have won. And I'm just saying, I want to say this right now. The Bears did not play good. They got lucky. I watched this.
Oh, yeah.
I watched this game live. They went for it on fourth down every play. Every time they got to fourth down, which was a lot, by the way, they went for it. And sure, they got it, but that is a horrible way to play. That is a terrible idea. And the Packers got 2 interceptions because they went for it on fourth down. 2 interceptions from trying to convert on fourth down. It's insane. And like, I know it's a heated rivalry, but guys, you got to think smart. But the Packers, they got a 21-3 lead in the first half, so they were feeling all up. You know, they felt like they had it, so their defense just gave up. They just stopped trying. But then, you know, the Bears did not stop trying, and then they caught up. And by the time they caught up, the Packers were just like thrown off guard, so they didn't know what to do. But in the end, you know, Bears were just so incredibly aggressive. The refs had some terrible calls. I'm just like,
I was
goodness
just saying
gracious.
the Bears now have to face the Seahawks, and they're not winning that.
Yeah.
They're,
Well, is it the Bears? I mean, it
no,
says the
the
lowest,
they're facing the Rams.
because the Seahawks are facing the lowest seed, and I don't know who that would be.
So tonight
Hold on.
the 49ers are the lowest seed. So if they end up
Okay.
beating the Eagles, it will be the 49ers versus the Seahawks, Rams versus the Bears.
Yeah.
If the Eagles end up winning, it'd be the Rams versus Rams versus the Bears, so on and so forth.
Yeah. So if the Eagles win, the Rams will face the Seahawks. If the Eagles lose, it'll be the 49ers versus the Seahawks, which I kind of hope the 49ers win, because I would love to see that game. I'd love to see that game again. Yeah. Also, the Eagles, they got real cocky after winning the Super Bowl, and they
lost to the Chargers, dude.
I'm just saying, like, they got real cocky after winning the Super Bowl. You know, taking down the Chiefs, which not a lot of people could do, because the Chiefs are doing some shady stuff that year.
They be doing witchcraft, bro.
They were doing some weird things. A bunch of refs got fired and banned from reffing in the NFL for taking bribes from the Chiefs. You know, there's just a lot of like limelight on them and stuff. But yeah, the Eagles beat the Chiefs, and it really got to their head, and now they think they're still the best team in the NFL, but they're not. That's why they are the 3rd seed.
And they lost to what is now the 7th seed Chargers.
Yeah, Yeah, I'm just saying. I don't even think. I think the only reason they're the third seed is just because of their record. Um,
That and I hate to say it, they're in an easy division. They really don't have much competition.
they don't. They're the only people from their division that made the playoffs. The only one. And I mean, like you look at their division. Their division is nothing.
They got the
It's.
Giants, the Commanders, and the Cowboys.
I mean, like that's six. That's six easy wins. That's like. I mean, I'm just saying.
Like yes, even though the Panthers and the Bucks have a shitty division, they're still
They
two
have
teams fighting for.
Yeah, they have each other to fight. Same with the
Eagles got
Patriots and the
none.
Bills. Say the Patriots and the Bills, they have each other. And this year, not most years. Most years it's a good division, but this year, it was the Chargers versus the Broncos for the division the whole time.
Which is that no one expected. Like no one actually expected the Chargers
No.
to be in the running for this.
Yeah,
By the way,
I mean, everybody was like, "All right, Chiefs are just gonna dust themselves off and take over their division again." I mean, that's and then guess what? Chiefs didn't even make the playoffs. They didn't even get a wild card. Like, and to be fair, Patrick Mahomes, he did
get hurt.
he tore his ACL, but that was like really late into the season. So you can't blame it on that. I saw that comment. I saw that comment on our last one. He was like, what do you expect? Our quarterback tore his ACL. What are we supposed to do? And it's like
Not lose to the Titans.
more than half of the regular season was over at that point. There is also no excuse to losing to the Titans. I'm just saying. This year. I mean, some years the Titans are good, but not this year. But yeah, so getting into also update on the Bills game. Nothing has happened, as usual.
It's still 10-7. It's still 10-7.
Nothing's happening in that game. But going on to predictions, though, I
Let's start with the Steelers and Texans.
okay.
The
So
AFC in general.
we're starting with the AFC. Okay. So AFC Steelers versus Texans. I know the
The Steelers curse is happening. I'm
Yeah.
calling Texans.
I hear me out.
Oh God.
I think they break the curse this year. I think the Steelers
You
break
think
the
they're
curse
going to
this
be
year.
the number one defense in the NFL?
Yes. Because I don't think their offense lives up to their defense. And the
People
Steelers
forget
are
about the
just
Broncos and look at them.
um yeah, I live by that. The Broncos have barely beat all of the teams that they've played. Barely. um but yeah, so I mean look at the Chiefs game that they played. They should not have been that close to the Chiefs
Yeah.
this year. No, but my thing, the Steelers are a well-rounded team while the Texans are just defense. You see, with the Broncos, at least their defense is really good, and they also have Bo Nix as their quarterback.
Like they have,
The
like
Texans,
CJ Stroud's also good, but CJ Stroud doesn't have any weapons to throw to.
yeah. Here's the thing. The Texans don't have a Bo Nix. They don't have someone of that level to carry their offense. Their offense is completely on their own. Like like their defense has to carry them through. And I think it is possible that their defense just does so good that the Steelers lose. But like I think the Steelers getting put against the Texans was the worst lineup for their curse to continue. I think anybody else except for like maybe the Chargers, you know. No, never mind.
We're still on the curse.
Never mind. Anybody else on the AFC would destroy the Steelers. Everybody. I think the Patriots, the Chargers, the Jaguars, the Bills, and if they didn't have a first round bye, the Broncos. I think all of them have a better chance of beating the Steelers than the Texans.
I
And that's probably why they were paired up, honestly.
as we're talking, the game's still going. I want the Jags to win.
I also want the Jags to win. I would love that. That would be awesome for me. But yeah. Speaking of which, let's kind of go over that one. I think
Penalty game.
yeah, penalty game basically, but at the same time, the Bills. I mean, they have Cook. He cooks. They have Josh Allen. He's incredible. But I mean, the rest of their offense and I mean their defense is it's really middle tier. It's middle of the road, man. The Jaguars, I don't even know anything about the Jaguars. I didn't hear a single thing about them the whole season until I heard that they were in the playoffs.
They just came in randomly.
And I mean, like the Seahawks have been like under the radar. They've been like trying to stay like undetected the whole time. But I mean, they were the number one contender.
But
For
everyone knew
for a
about
lot
their
of
defense. Like it was like everyone still knew about their defense. Like everything was like they were still known though.
yeah.
But the Jags, they just came out of nowhere and be like, "Hey, we're in."
Yeah, they were just like, hey guys, what's up? We're here now.
Hey, you're in the wrong room. And, well,
No, this is the correct place. It's
this is
crazy.
not for rent.
It's the crazy part to me is like they're not even a lower seed in the AFC. They're the number 3. They're right behind the Broncos and the Patriots. Like it's out of nowhere. If the Broncos and the Patriots both lost their last games, the Jaguars
The
would have been
Jags
the
would've been
first seed.
That's so weird to think about.
It's,
They were
it's,
that close.
it's so weird because I never saw it. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm gonna give it to the Jaguars. I have a bit of a hatred for the Bills, just because back whenever we were good, the Bills were our
Better.
main rivals in the division. Because I mean, in recent years it's been the Jets, because the Patriots have been terrible for the past like 5 or 6 years. So the Jets have been our rivals because we were fighting for whoever's getting the 3rd spot in the division. But now we're good again. So, now we're fighting for the first
Jets are
spot.
that hard.
The Jets have never been good. I'm just gonna say that right now. Now, don't get me wrong. The Patriots have been worse than them a couple of these past few years, which really makes me sad to say that out loud. But yeah, we were worse than them for a couple years. And the Dolphins were the number 2 seed. That's weird. That's freaky. Um, and
Now, the game that you and me are looking forward to tonight.
actually, let's go over that one last.
You all right?
Let's go
So,
over the
okay,
San Francisco 49ers versus the Philadelphia Eagles first.
So we're going over the NFC. So Seahawks have a round 1 bye.
Yeah, we've already established who they might face depending on who wins this game.
Yeah. So we already talked about the Rams and Panthers.
Yeah. We already talked about the Packers and Bears. It's just the 49ers versus the Eagles left.
Eagles are frauds, 49ers.
Yeah, basically. I think so too. I mean, look at the 49ers. The 49ers were 12-5 and half of their team was injured for most of the season. Kittle, one of their best passing players, or like receiving players, I guess. He was injured most of the season, and they still beat most of the teams they faced. Going 12-5 with a crippled team is very impressive. Meanwhile, the Eagles are really struggling. Like, they're winning their games, but they are really struggling. Ultimately, I do think that the 49ers are going to win because all of their players are back. They got Brock Purdy, they got Christian McCaffrey, they got Kittle. I'm pretty sure most of their defensive players are back. They're all good. They're all good. They only have like 2 people left in IR. Other than like, you know, they're like backups, you know. Like Jacob Robinson.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for that guy. Jacob Robinson went in first year, and he was having such a good postseason, already doing some good plays. And then, boom, Chargers broke his arm in the last game of the preseason.
Yeah, he's been salty towards me for a while now.
Yeah, I've been very upset. Jacob Robinson is my favorite player in football right now. So, but that's not the point. He'll be back next year. Hopefully. He has 2 years left in his contract with the 49ers, so hopefully he'll get some playing time in the regular season because, you know, the 49ers are going to get some injuries, so he might play.
49ers always they always get injured, dude.
Here's the thing. A lot of their injuries happen during practice. like what's going on there? What are they doing in practice?
Like, what do they do that's so gruesome?
It's like they get Scadaboo to train all of them. Like, it's like all right, guys. So today for our training, we're gonna get you guys to try to tackle some 10-ton bulls.
I don't think we're.
Not the basketball team, the animal. It's like, Coach, do you really think this is a good idea? Did I ask for questions? Go tackle that bull, Kittle. He's gonna be chasing you while you try to catch the ball. Oh my gosh, dude! Their training has to be some of the most intense in the NFL for there to be so many injuries from it. But yeah, Jacob Robinson will be back next year. Hopefully, get some playing time. Maybe even go up to second string.
I want to push your luck.
Hey, man. Hey, look.
They have some of the best cornerbacks in the NFL.
I don't know about that. Not this year. I
guess not this year.
They have one of the best quarterbacks, cornerbacks in the NFL. They don't have some. They have one. They have other cornerbacks that are really good, but like I don't know if I'd call any of them the best. But yeah, so 49ers, I'm giving them the win against the Eagles. So I think it's going to be the 49ers versus the Seahawks. If that does happen to be the case, I do think the Seahawks will unfortunately pull a win on them. The Seahawks have just shown more dominance over them this year. So I'm giving that to them personally. But and then the Rams versus the Bears. I actually don't know what would happen there.
I still think the Rams would take that one.
I was gonna say I think the Rams actually might get that one, honestly, because I know the Bears are the second seed in the NFC, but you know I just think the Rams have a better team on their side. Caleb Williams,
He's good, but
he's good, but he's a fruitcake, and I think that distracts him. He's just, that guy is a very flamboyant man.
all right, Jordan.
But
You and me are watching this game tonight
we are watching this game tonight.
together
Yes.
because my friend here is a Patriots fan. I
Yes.
am a Chargers fan. We haven't been able to do something like this never.
Never. Our teams have never played each other as long as both of us have been into football.
Because last year they did play, but Jordan looked at me and went, we're losing, dude. You guys are winning. You guys get
Yeah.
a free win."
We had a terrible year last year, and the year before that.
We beat them 40-7.
Yeah, and it's time for some payback because Drake May, with Will Campbell, along with so many other great players that are, because Will Campbell's back. Will Campbell is back, and he ain't letting nobody touch Drake May. He ain't letting nobody touch his Pookie.
You know what?
Ain't nothing.
We may not be able to catch Drake May, but we're definitely catching those passes.
No, you won't be catching those passes because he ain't going to be throwing them to you. He's going to be like, you know what? Diggs is going to catch this one. And you know what? He will. He will catch it. And you know what? I actually thought you guys had a chance because I thought because of that whole assault charge that Diggs got, I thought he was going to be suspended from the game. But he's not. He is playing. That's what he's doing. He is playing. And you know who else is playing? Henderson is playing. And he's going to run down the field, get a 50-yard rushing touchdown. Drake May
Running back.
Drake May is going to block for him the whole time because that's what he does. He's a great quarterback. That's what he does. He's a great quarterback. He runs down the field with his running back. He blocks for him. You don't know what this guy's going to do. He's a dual threat. Even though he's not that fast, he's a dual threat. And you know what?
Drake May, at the moment Drake May gets sacked, and if it's a hard sack, he ain't getting up. But Herbert...
He is getting up. He is getting up because he's Drake May. He is Drake May. MVP Drake May.
Justin Herbert. He ain't no Justin Herbert, homie.
Is Justin Herbert MVP? No, he's not.
I wonder why. Because no one cares about the fucking Chargers.
Because he can't. Because unlike Drake May, he can't get a pass off.
Whoa, hey now. We beat the Philadelphia Eagles with a broken hand. We almost swept our entire division. Okay, the Raiders don't count, but the point being, the point being is that we nearly swept our entire division. The only reason why the Broncos beat us is because he wasn't playing. All of our starters weren't playing. You're not, because we're saving them for you. We're saving it for you guys because we won't be able to win with backups.
And you know what? It's not gonna matter because the Patriots defense, one of the top 10 best defenses in the NFL, are gonna stop you guys. Yeah,
we're actually higher than you guys. Thank you very much.
On defense, yes, but not on offense. And
we have Ladd McConkey, Keenan Allen, and Quentin Johnson just on receivings. And we got top 10 tight end. Y'all don't even have a top 10 tight end.
We don't need a top 10 tight end when we got Hunter Henry.
We also have
Henry.
We also have Omari and Hampton on running back. We have more.
We have Henderson. We have Henderson on running back. We have a rookie on running back that is on par with Cam Scattaboo,
who's also a rookie on running back.
Exactly. But he is one of the best running back. If he didn't get injured, he would have been the rookie of the year because he was going play after play. I bet the Jets would have won twice as many games this year if he didn't get injured. I guarantee.
You mean the Giants. You mean the Giants.
That's what I said.
You said the Jets.
Okay, well, New York.
Fair enough.
They're both bad, and they're both from New York.
Most New York teams are bad except the Bills.
Yeah, unfortunately. But here's the thing. We might have less. Drake May might have less tools to work with, but the tools he does have are better than yours. And so is Drake May. Drake May could play every position and win.
Herbert.
He would throw the ball, run down the field, and catch. He would throw the ball, deep ball, run down the field, and catch his own pass and get a touchdown. That's what Drake May would do.
Herbert does have more experience than May, though.
He doesn't need experience. He is Drake May. He is MVP. Drake May. There you go.
You Patriots fan, man. You guys. Y'all used to glaze Brady. Now it's Drake May. Pick a damn quarterback.
We're picking the one that we currently have. And right now it is Drake May. And you know what? Back then it was Tom Brady, greatest quarterback of all time.
Nah, it's Tom Brady.
Yeah, Tom Drake May Brady. Now we have the Drake May. We have the Will Campbell blocking for him because he's back. He is better than ever, and he ain't letting nobody touch Drake May. And we got Diggs. We got him downfield. We got Booty. I think Booty's back. We got Hunter Henry as our great tight end, one of the best tight ends in Patriots history. And then we got bro, Tom Brady himself said that.
Tom Brady ain't playing.
Tom Brady knows what he's talking about. He has more experience than we've lived. Okay?
He does. That's so weird.
So you cannot argue with what Tom Brady says. He knows what he's talking about. Hunter Henry, one of the best, top 10 best tight ends ever to be on the Patriots. To be fair, there aren't very many good ones, but he's one of the best.
Oh, y'all got Gronk.
We had Gronk, and he is my personal favorite. Gronk is my personal pick for the best tight end we've ever had. Tom Brady said Hunter Henry's better than him while Gronk was in the room.
By play, holy crap. The current tight end, he runs more actual routes. Gronk kind of had to find an opening and kind of go with it.
He didn't have to. That's just what he did. That's why he's the best. Yeah, but I'm just saying we have an incredible quarterback, one of the best in the league right now. We have a rookie running back who knew he was going to be this good. He beat the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers have had one of the best rushing defenses in the league. They still have one of the best. But back then, it was number one. And you know why it's not number one anymore? Because Henderson beat them by running the ball. That's why they got put down. Because he scored 2 or 3 rushing touchdowns on the Buccaneers' running defense.
I'll give you that.
That's what I'm saying.
All we have to do is wait and see how the game goes.
We do.
It's the playoffs.
Because
anything can happen.
In the end, while Drake May, while he might be MVP because Matthew Stafford's not making it. I'm just saying. I'm sorry, Rams, but he's not MVP. I honestly think somebody else should be the one of the other number 2s. Personally, I don't think it should have been him, but I think that regardless of how good we are, the Chargers still have the number 5 defense in the league overall. And
Y'all
they
definitely have a better offensive though. Like when you look at power rankings from like Fox, y'all have a higher offense, but we do have a higher overall defense.
yeah.
Our D line is real. Like our pressure on D line's good, so y'all's O line better keep up, and that's the one thing. We have the
Yeah.
same issue. We both have shitty O line.
Both of our O lines are atrocious. We have an okay center, and we have Will Campbell as an offensive tackle. Will Campbell is incredible. Let me just say that. But
Well, yeah, Will Campbell's like the only person, and yeah, maybe your center, and that's about it.
yeah,
Everyone else is kind of block as long as you possibly can without fumbling.
Yeah, and it's just Drake May. Here's the thing: Drake May might not be an actual dual threat quarterback, but if he needs to scramble, he will scramble and he'll get yards.
And guess who's going to protect him?
Will Campbell. That's what's going to happen. You know what Drake May is going to do? He is going to run to the left every time. Because that is what Will Campbell's there for. He's not going to let that guy go. He's going to be like, I'm holding on to you. I'm giving you the biggest bear hug in NFL history. So you cannot get to my quarterback. You know what Will Campbell said? He said he would put his life on the line to keep Drake May from getting sacked. That's how serious he is about it, and that passion is why.
Dude, see, it's weird to see a lineman and a quarterback be a duo.
I know that's
It's a little weird to see that. A lineman and a running back tend to be those two.
It's usually.
And don't get me wrong, Will Campbell will also blocks for what was his name, Henderson?
Do what?
Henderson, right? You're a running back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen y'all play. Will Campbell will even block for Trayvon Henderson.
He will.
And it's scary that the amount of like this, the amount of openings that Will Campbell will give a running back is outrageous.
I know. I mean, like half the time.
And that's Will Campbell's a big reason why I'm scared to face y'all, is the fact that we can't get through Will Campbell, but Will Campbell can get through us, giving Trayvon Henderson the big opening. And our middle linebacker's not the best, and that's kind of the biggest thing that we need to do to block y'all. But then Drake May also has pocket passing, so it's also y'all have quarterback options while we have outer field options.
Yeah, and I mean, we just like. I mean, Drake May. The reason I like sing his praises so much isn't just because he's just he's a really well-rounded quarterback. No, it's just because of the incredible accuracy he has. It's like even with some of the best coverage, Drake May still has I think still even now. Drake May has an over 70% completion rating for his passing.
Because we both know that Herbert Herbert does better under pressure.
Yeah.
Because he kind of has to. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. He has to learn. He had to learn how to be good under pressure.
Like you remember seeing Herbert when he first started being in the NFL. He didn't scramble at all. Like, he would just stay in the pocket, and then if he got sacked, he got sacked.
Yeah. I'm
trying to find Herbert's completion rate. What is his completion rate?
Let's see.
Not Herbert's. Oh my gosh, Drake May. Shut up.
So this year, Drake May's completion percentage is 72 on the dot.
Herbert is 66.4.
Drake May has attempted 492 passes.
Herbert's attempted more. So
Yeah,
he has attempted 512.
yeah. Well, still, at this point, the thing is that people will bring up how he's passed more, so like of course, but like I don't see anybody showing me where um I don't see anybody showing me where he's where his stats were whenever he was throwing about as much as Drake May has, you know. And it's the same thing with Matthew Stafford. That's why I argue against it so much, because nobody can show me Matthew Stafford's stats in this year before he got to that point, because they don't want to. Also, I want to mention.
I'm actually gonna. I want to go see Matthew Stafford real quick. I'm gonna go see his completion rate and his stats real quick. If ESPN would like to load them.
Also, I just want to point out that Drake May's career completion percentage is 69.8. I just
69.
I just had to point that out.
We're we're fucking children.
Yeah.
Man.
At least
They have
it's not
Jimmy
6-7.
Garoppolo. Since when was Jimmy Garoppolo on the Rams? Okay, you learn something new every day. Completion rate. Yikes.
Yeah, but
His game against the Panthers sucked.
yeah,
57% completion rate.
that's not good. I mean,
For this regular season, it's been 65.
yeah, it's just this, Drake May, dude, he's just
He's the quarterback that came out of nowhere. No one expected a year two quarterback to start picking up some weight. Like the Patriots needed a quarterback to pick up the weight that that was kind of just left behind, but
yeah.
no one could.
Yeah,
I don't even. It is so bad. I don't even know who the quarterback was for the Patriots when they were bad.
They went through a few people.
Exactly. But when Drake May's along now, you're gonna remember him. He got the Patriots great again.
Drake May. For what is a quarterback? What has he got?
No.
If not Drake May, then he has not. Sorry.
So, what time does the Steelers game start tomorrow?
Steelers starts at 8:15. So
PM?
That'll be a late game. Yeah, PM. A lot of late games in these playoffs, man. But oh yeah, so update on the Bills versus the Jaguars. 13-10. Not much has happened. just a little update. Yeah, but I mean, whenever you're comparing stats, let me pull up Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, his Panthers stats weren't that good.
Matthew Stafford's stats for the year. We're looking at him 2025. He's only thrown like 100 more passes than Drake May.
And most of them were to Puka.
Yeah. And he's only completed a few more than Drake May. It's like if Drake May completed 30 more passes and just didn't complete any more for the rest of the offseason. That's what it is. But it's the reason they do that is because the Patriots also rely on rushing. especially from Drake May. I mean, like Drake May, he might not be the best runner. He's a good one, but he might not be the best like running quarterback. But I'm just saying, 450 rushing yards this year by him.
That's
That's good for a quarterback.
see when you're forced to get out of the pocket because your O line sucks, kind of.
Exactly, exactly. So
Don't worry, Jordan. As a Chargers fan, we understand the rushing yards.
you know
We're
what?
used to saying
You
the
know
high
how
numbers.
many? You know how many rushing yards Matthew Stafford has this year?
How much?
One.
No, you're kidding, right?
One rushing yard this entire year. I
So you're
am
telling
not
me that
joking.
he sits in that pocket. His O line's so good. He sits in that pocket. And he can just be like, there's Puka.
He's
Yoink.
never had to scramble the ball. I bet that one rushing yard was one time whenever he couldn't throw the ball and the line collapsed and he just like landed over the line of scrimmage and got like a yard from it. I bet that's what that was.
Could have been a 1 yard touchdown.
It could have been a 1 yard touchdown. It could have been a sneak, quarterback sneak.
But 1 yard rush. Wow, Drake May and Herbert are rushing like fucking like half running backs.
It's like this is crazy.
Like backup running backs.
Drake May in 2 years almost has the same amount of rushing yards in his career as Matthew Stafford.
Dude. But I'm excited to cover the NFL because
Yeah.
I'm off work tomorrow,
Yeah.
so we can definitely figure something out.
Yeah, this is gonna be a really good postseason.
Especially the fact that for the first time, our teams are facing off for something that's actually worth it. Something.
Yeah. Oh, let me
It's
look
actually
at
important.
let me look at their comparisons of yards that they've got, passing yards. So Matthew Stafford has, oh my gosh, you've got to be kidding me. People say that this guy should win the MVP? For somebody who's been playing since 2009.
He's been playing for how long?
He's been playing since 2009, Aiden.
Holy, no, he's not, dude.
Yes, he's been playing since 2009. He used to be on the Detroit Lions until like 2021. But for somebody with that many years of experience playing in the same era as Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers and Joe Flacco, all those people playing during Tom Brady's prime, in the same time as Eli Manning.
Peyton Manning.
I don't know when Peyton Manning retired. I think it was
He
kind
played
of
in the 2016 Super Bowl.
okay. So yeah, I mean he was already starting at that point. So yeah, same time as Eli Manning, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, like he was playing at the same time as them, and in this year, he barely has more passing yards than Drake May. He has I mean Drake May basically okay, that's 94. That's basically so Drake May basically, I mean like a few more yards and Drake May has 4,400 passing yards this year.
That's crazy.
Matthew Stafford only has 300 more yards for somebody who's been playing since 2009, and he only has 300 more passing yards than a 2 year. And people say this guy should be the MVP. What's his average? What's his average? His average might be better. Maybe that. Nope. His average is 7.9, while Drake May's is 8.9. Touchdowns. Drake May has 31 passing touchdowns. Okay. He has more passing touchdowns. Okay. Well, there you go. There's a stat that actually makes sense.
He throws the Puka.
It's because he throws to Puka.
Fuck! If I was in the NFL, I'd be throwing for how much he's throwing because I'm throwing the Puka.
Yeah, I mean, Puka could catch a ball that I throw, and I suck at throwing.
Actually, not that bad at throwing. But my point being is that Puka's really, really, really good.
Yeah. Drake May has thrown 8 interceptions all season. He's thrown the same amount. Okay. Let's see. Matthew Stafford's longest pass was 88 yards. Okay, well you can't really get much farther than that. Drake May's longest was 72, so it's a little bit lower. Drake May has been sacked 47 times. Let me guess. Matthew Stafford's been sacked like 12 times.
At best.
Probably. Because of his O-line. I mean, this just shows... That honestly just shows how bad the O-line is. But, yeah, Matthew Stafford has gotten sacked half as many times as Drake May. Which just shows that his O-line is so much better than Drake May's.
Yeah, I wish I had an O-line like that.
Yeah. So...
Dude, our quarterbacks are rushing like they're backup running backs.
Passer rating. Let's look at the passer rating. This is kind of one of the main things. Okay, that's a pretty good passer rating, actually. 101 for Matthew Stafford. 101.2.
Damn.
Guess what? Drake May, 113.5. Higher.
Okay, so Matt, he doesn't deserve the MVP. We're done here. We're done here.
Drake May is the MVP.
Look, Herbert may not be stats high, but he's.
How about scoring? How about scoring? So.
When you're throwing the Puka, yeah, you're gonna score a lot.
Pass scoring.
All I'm gonna say is that the reason why he is so high up there is because of Puka.
It is. I mean, there are other people, but Puka's definitely.
Yeah, but Puka's the biggest reason.
Puka is the biggest thing that's making him be this good. Yeah, but so Drake May has 31, and Matthew Stafford has. I gotta scroll down for this. Has 46. Okay. All right.
You got one thing.
You got one thing. You know why he has one thing? Because in everything else on this board, he has 0.
We're done here.
We're done here. That's wraps. Drake May is MVP because Drake May, he has a lot of zeros, but rushing, he has 6. TDs, he has 6. 2 points, he has 1. And points in general, he has 36. Matthew Stafford, points in general this year, has 0. I rest my case. Drake May MVP.
You know what, Jordan?
We're done here.
I'll say it for you. Jordan, I'll say this for you. The MVP of the NFL 2025-26 season is Drake May.
It is. Drake May is the MVP because Matthew Stafford, he has a few things that are better than Drake May. But in the end, Drake May is just beating him in so many ways, especially rushing.
All right. I think this was. I think we went through a lot today. We got through what we needed to get through.
We went through
that we said we would.
Yeah, and then some.
And then some. So.
But yeah, so that was pretty good. Last update on the Bills game. Jags have pulled forward and are winning 17-13. But
Yay!
Yay!
Still barely anything.
So, Bills
I'm
haven't
not
done
watching that
anything.
game, by the way. I'm not actually gonna watch the game.
I'm not watching the game. I'm just keeping an eye on the score. But um,
You're watching what, two games today? The Niners and the Eagles,
yeah,
and then the Chargers and Patriots.
yep. But that'll be it for today. Thank you guys
I will.
so much for tuning in. Uh, I really appreciate the support we got on our first episode. That was really cool.
66 views from y'all. Like that actually means. Look,
66
I'm going to say
views.
this right now. That actually does mean a lot to us because
Yeah.
we were expecting to get maybe 2 views.
Yeah, I was thinking somewhere closer to like 10 just because of like the people we told about it. But like other than that, I didn't expect anything else.
Like thank you. Like genuinely thank you guys.
Yeah, it's
Seriously.
crazy. 66 might not sound like a lot for views, but it is for me as somebody who's been trying to do
Yeah.
YouTube and Twitch streaming since like 2020. I've never gotten 66 views on anything. So,
Same. Me neither, dude.
so thank you guys so much for the support. If you could send these episodes to some friends, some family, anybody that likes football. Don't send this to Bills fans.
Yeah, or Oregon fans.
Or Oregon fans because they're probably gonna report us for hate speech. But
But no, seriously, thank you. Spread the word. Spread the word
Spread
that
the
we
word.
are.
But yeah, 7 subscribers, 66 views from one video. That is huge. But thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be watching out for this postseason, watching these games, kind of getting everything in order for the next episode, whatever that might cover. Probably the national championship. I don't know if we'll make it before or after the Super Bowl. Probably before because the Super Bowl is like a whole month away. But yeah,
Yeah. We'll probably get through most of the playoffs for the NFL. We'll probably get through round 2
yeah,
by then and then the national championship. I
Yep.
think that's probably what the
Yeah.
the next episode might be on.
yeah. That sounds about right.
Unless we end up doing something different, but
Yeah,
any, but for football it will be probably round 2 and then the national championship.
yep. So, thank you guys again for tuning in. And thank you for letting me talk your ear off about how great Drake May is. Um, and Will Campbell. I kind of glaze him a lot too. um, thank you
But
guys
no,
so much. It means a lot to us. Yeah.
So we will see y'all on episode 3 for more football.
Yep. More sports stuff.
More.
Once the football postseason is over, we might start going over basketball and stuff.
Some hockey thrown in there probably.
Yeah, maybe some hockey. March Madness
March Madness is probably.
it's getting closer. We're getting closer to March Madness. That's going to be really interesting. Probably go over that in a future episode. But anyway, that'll do it for this time. And we'll see you guys later.
See you later.